Let's do a teardown of this PowerWave dual duplex GSM. These units are up in the antennas. The antenna is connected here, and this one goes down to the base transceiver station. I have removed this self-amalgamating tape. This tape is still on this connector here. Here you can see some information, 880 to 915 megahertz. Let's see if I look on the back here. See, the tape is coming, or the paint is coming off. So I'm going to unscrew the screws here, and we see what's inside of it. Yes, and have a look inside of it. Yes, they've got the circuit board. It's aluminium. Here you can see inside of it, got the two connectors here, and the circuit board on the top. Looks like a wire going into that. Maybe that's the power from the, this was the BTS. So the BTS always have some power in this cable, some DC, maybe it's like 24 volts or something like that. There's a capacitive coupling in here, so it doesn't go into the duplexer, which is just a short circuit for DC. And the DC comes here, have some AC filtering, some surge protections. Let's remove the shield. So yes, we got some traces in there. It looks like some special transistors in a SOT23 package. Maybe these are amplifying the signal. We can do a little reverse engineering of the circuit board later. So to remove the circuit board from here, you can see how the duplexer looks like. Now all the screws are removed. Let's lift up the circuit board. And here you can see the two connectors that goes to the duplexer. Quite an interesting circuit board, not so many components on it. And here we've got a bunch of screws you need to open. Here are the two terminals. Got a bunch of adjustments and a lot of screws. And here you can see the wire that goes to the BTS connector, which is actually this one and not this one. Now all the screws are removed. Let's lift it up and have a look at the beauty inside of it. Here are all the adjustments. Look at those two large, long pipes here. This is very beautifully made. These are two connectors that went to the circuit board. That's the wire that provides power. That's connected directly to this rod here. So this rod must be insulated from this case, but all the other rods are directly connected to the housing. So the antenna is here, that goes directly to this one. Oh, it's a bit loose. Is that one? Yes, this one is loose as well, so they are not connected to the case. And this one had this plastic screw on the top to hold it in place. So yes, this one is insulated. This one has two paths. One path is this way, and the other one goes all the way here and to this terminal. So some frequencies can pass through here, or actually from the transmitter it maybe is going this way to transmit, and when it receives it goes here, gets amplified a bit, and gets the rest of the way in here. So this looks like it can transmit or pass a lower frequency because it's a bit wider. This one is quite small, much thinner, so this must have some kind of higher frequency. And after that, this one can't pass through here and go back to the antenna because they are not the same. This is much smaller, it's a bit larger, and this is the largest one. So they have different frequencies that can pass through them. These two long rods here One goes in here and the other one goes up here. So these rods have a capacitance to this plate here, but these ones will have a capacitance to the bottom plate. And all these adjustments are used to change the capacitances of these rods. And this part here is to prevent any condensation or water from appearing inside of this chamber, or actually on the top chamber, which is a circuit board. Now let's remove these 7/16 connectors from this. All the screws are removed. Now we can pull it out. I need to disconnect it from this rod here. And yes, this is screwed in place, so to unscrew it, screw on the connector a bit. Here we go. Here's the rod. It's made of kind of brass, not magnetic, and quite heavy. And here's the 7/16 connector. I will unscrew this connector later, but now let's have a look at the circuit board. You guys have a closer look at the circuit board. The power comes in here. We got two inductors, a spark gap for surge protection, with quite a large SMD resistor here, 1.5 ohms. Got a bypass capacitor, some more passive components, and here got some voltage regulators. And down here we got a microcontroller with its crystal here. And we got a pad for programming the microcontroller. You can actually have a shielding around this as well. Some pads here that you can solder on similar holders for a shield. And here is the main processing unit, or signal processing. The signal comes up here and I have two paths it can go through. One is this path here to the output, or it can go here and this path here and out from this side. We go this path here. You see we got a inductor, capacitive inductor here. On the other side there is a ground plane. So it forms a capacitor to the ground plane, especially like this one, which is much wider. This is a bit longer and this is a bit shorter, so the signal goes to this amplifying unit first. I believe those are amplifying units. And after that it goes through here, a pretty long path. And this I have a short path here. And here the two signals are combined and goes out here. There are some resistors between those two paths all the way here. Here you got some more SOT23 packages. This special I've got going directly to the ground plane on the other side. It goes around here a couple of times and it goes out. If you have a look at another circuit board like this one, this coming from another duplexer. This one had a separate power supply. It's a 5-volt regulator here and the spark gap diode. So this is a bit similar to the other one, pretty similar architecture. Signal comes in here, but this one have a relay that can change from the signal going this path and to the output, or it can go through the relay, through some filtering, to a phase changer here. Makes this one signal into different signals, one negative 90 degrees, one positive 90 degrees. And this one had two other amplifying units here, and pretty similar paths as well. One longer, one shorter. This one has a longer path here, and the other one here. And it goes into this relay and out here from the output. So they are pretty similar architectures in both circuit boards. If I look at the schematic, the input here have a capacitance, or a little SMD capacitor. This path here can go through these two units here. This is a SOT23. I didn't find so much information about this. RLB is a thing that stands on them. It goes through that. It has a that connected directly to the ground plane, and capacitor, another one of these two capacitors, and to the output. The other path goes through a similar SMD component, but this time the both paths here are connected together and it goes to these two inductors, those two here, and this was the one that was longer, and this inductors actually makes a capacitance to the ground plane, so I've just put it in there, and the resistors between them to what I think is amplifying units. Same here, capacitance and inductance, and this one was the longer one, and another resistor here. We've got some filtering, and it comes to this part here. RJ3 is the name of these components. It goes in here, another one goes down here. Suppose the signal go through here, maybe. Yes, and these are quite long, so they act as a inductance and capacitance. On top here we got a amplifying operational amplifier, op-amp. There is a small op-amp that is connected to that, A00B. So I don't really know here. I maybe just put a signal in here, because this signal is going to the output. So the signal will go through here, and it goes through some capacitor and on the output. And yes, these are quite long lines, so they act as a inductor, and output capacitor here and the output. Yes, I forgot to draw in these two components here, the two RLBs, but they're on the output, and they should come in this line here. I haven't worked with RF technology so much, so please correct me if I'm wrong in any of this. Yes, hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for watching.